You've been lied to. Somewhere along the way, someone told you that to be good at conversation, you've got to be the most interesting person in the room, charismatic, witty, full of stories. And if you're not, well, then you're just boring, right? Here's the truth. You don't have to be interesting. You just have to be interested. Sounds too simple? That's because it is. And that's exactly why it works. Most people fumble small talk not because they don't have something to say, but because they're too busy worrying about sounding clever. The real secret to better communication skills, to effortlessly talk to strangers, and to finally overcome that awkward silence, it's not about dazzling people. It's about making them feel seen. And the best part? This is something even the most introverted person can master. No need for slick one-liners or wild stories, just a shift in how you see small talk. In this video, we're diving deep into the psychology of conversation, real, science-backed strategies, to help you become someone who doesn't just talk, but truly connects. Ready to stop feeling awkward and start making meaningful connections? Let's break it all down. Why being interesting is overrated in small talk. Most people enter a conversation with one goal: to impress. They rehearse stories, try to be clever, and focus on saying the right thing. But here's the twist. That mindset actually pushes people away. When you're too focused on how to be interesting, you stop being present. You miss social cues, you come off self-centered, and worst of all, you end up making the other person feel invisible. That's the exact opposite of how to be more social or build better communication skills. Imagine someone asking you questions, genuinely curious about your life, your work, your favorite movies, your weird obsession with historical documentaries. Feels good, right? That's the magic of being interested. It makes people open up. If you want to improve social skills and be more confident talking, forget about impressing. Instead, think about discovering. Get curious about people. Not just surface-level stuff, but the why behind what they do. That's how you talk to strangers without feeling awkward or fake. Here's a practical trick. Go into every conversation with the mindset of a journalist, not a performer. Your job isn't to entertain, it's to uncover stories. Ask things like, what made you get into that? Or, what's something most people don't know about your job? These aren't just conversation starters. They're ways to make friends easily and keep a conversation going without trying so hard. And once you do that, something surprising happens. The psychology behind why people love talking about themselves. Here's something wild. Studies show that talking about ourselves activates the same pleasure centers in the brain as food and money. Yeah, that's right. For most people, sharing their story gives them a little dopamine hit. So when you're thinking about how to make small talk or how to not be boring, remember this. Giving someone the space to talk about themselves is one of the easiest and most effective conversation tips out there. It makes you instantly likable without needing to perform. Think about it. When was the last time someone really listened to you without interrupting, without waiting for their turn to speak, without zoning out? It's rare, right? That's exactly why you can stand out, especially if you're working on introvert communication or small talk for introverts. Use this to your advantage. Be the person who actually listens. Nod, follow up, ask, what happened next? You'd be shocked at how magnetic you'll become just by doing what most people don't. This is also how you overcome social anxiety. You don't need to lead the conversation, you guide it. When you focus on their story instead of your performance, the pressure melts. And the bonus? People leave the conversation thinking you were the interesting one, even if you barely said a word. That's the psychology of conversation in action. But there's still one thing that can break the flow completely, and it's something most people fear. How to overcome awkward silences without forcing it. The dreaded pause, that silence that creeps in and makes both people want to disappear into thin air. But here's the truth. Awkward silence isn't the enemy. The fear of it is. Most people panic the moment a conversation slows down. They scramble for something to say, usually something random or off topic, and that's when things start to feel forced. If you want to improve your social skills and learn how to never run out of things to say, the first step is to stop treating silence like a failure. A short pause doesn't mean you're boring, it just means the rhythm shifted. Instead of rushing to fill the gap, try using that moment to reflect. Smile, breathe, Look at them and ask something simple like, "What's been on your mind lately?" Or, "What would you do if you had an extra day off this week?" These low-pressure questions are golden. They revive the flow without coming off like you're interrogating someone, especially helpful for introverts looking for social anxiety tips. Here's a pro move. Prepare a mental go-to list of universal topics. Not boring weather talk. We're talking curiosity-friendly themes. Try travel, food, pop culture, or funny what-if scenarios. Things like, if you could live in any movie universe for a day, which would it be? These spark imagination and connection, and they're great for talking to strangers or keeping a conversation going naturally. But even better than avoiding silence is learning how to use it to your advantage, which brings us to something most people never think about. Listening is a superpower. Use it to win at small talk. Most people think conversation is all about talking, but the real power? It's in listening. Not the fake kind where you're just waiting for your turn. Real, active listening. When someone feels truly heard, walls come down. That's when real connection happens. And for those wondering how to talk to people or how to be more social, this is where the magic lies. Active listening is like a social cheat code, and hardly anyone uses it. Let's break it down. Active listening isn't just nodding along, it's engaging with what they say. Let's say someone mentions they're tired from a trip. Instead of moving on, try, "Oh, what was the trip for?" Or, "Did anything unexpected happen while you were there?" These aren't groundbreaking questions, but they show you're actually present. That presence builds trust, and it makes people want to keep talking to you. This works especially well for those learning how to start a conversation or improve social skills as an introvert. You don't need to carry the conversation, you just need to carry the interest. Listen closely, follow the emotional cues, and reflect things back with empathy. Say things like, "That sounds like it meant a lot to you," or, "Wow, that must have been frustrating." These little signals create deep bonds, and when you start using this strategy, you'll notice something powerful begins to shift. Here's the secret nobody tells you. People don't remember most of what you say. They remember how you made them feel. That's the real goal of small talk. You're not trying to deliver a TED Talk, you're trying to leave a warm impression. If someone walks away from a conversation feeling seen, valued, and at ease, they'll think you were amazing, even if you barely spoke. That's how to be likable without trying too hard. Want to make friends easily and improve your communication tips? Focus on emotional impact. Give sincere compliments, not generic stuff like, "You're smart," but something personal, like, "You explain things in a way that's easy to understand." That's rare. Share small moments of vulnerability too. Say, "I get nervous in new groups too," or "I used to overthink what to say in conversations." This makes others feel safe, like they're not alone. That's how to be more confident talking without putting on a mask. And don't underestimate your body language. Eye contact, relaxed shoulders, a genuine smile. Those nonverbal signals say more than words ever could. Even if you're mastering how to talk to strangers or diving into the psychology of conversation, remember, energy speaks louder than speech. People don't need your brilliance, they need your presence. And once you start showing up like that, guess what? Everything changes, especially the way people respond to you. So here's the bottom line. Being good at small talk isn't about having a silver tongue or a sparkling personality. It's about showing up, tuning in, and making the other person feel like they matter. That's it. You don't need to be loud, funny, or the life of the party. You just need to be interested. And when you approach conversations with that mindset, people won't just talk to you, they'll remember you. Now ask yourself, what would happen if you stopped trying to be impressive and started being present? How would your relationship shift if you simply made others feel heard? What kind of doors could open, personally, professionally, even romantically, if you mastered this one simple skill? Think about that. You already have everything you need. The psychology is simple, but applying it, that's where the transformation begins. If this hit home for you, if you're ready to upgrade your social skills, talk to strangers without fear, and finally learn how to never run out of things to say, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. There's a lot more where this came from. Don't just watch, grow. Let's build a version of you that people can't help but connect with.